Namaste, creators. Namo Himalaya. Good morning. It is 7:11 a.m. on Sunday morning, October 1st. So happy October. This video is going to be number 4 in Your Word is Your Wand. Where we left off last time was happiness. And we are going to wrap up this book with forgiveness and words without wisdom. So forgiveness. I forgive everyone and everyone forgives me. I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people is forgiveness, because if someone wrongs us, it's hard to say, I forgive you. Because like for me, it was always hard to say, I forgive you, because I thought by saying I forgive you, it meant what you did to me is okay. I condone what you did to me. And a lot of times with those negative people in my life, I did not condone what was being done to me. I did not. And so I was like, so I can't forgive them, because forgiving them means what they did was okay. And I kind of ended up realizing that's not what it means at all. You can say, I don't condone what you did, but I forgive you, because I'm not forgiving you because what you did was okay, but I am forgiving you because I want to release myself from the hold that you have over me, the negative hold. Okay. And so you can, because the people that have done things badly to me over my life, I forgive them. I sat down and I said, so and so, I forgive you. So and so, I forgive you. You can go deeper by saying, so and so, I forgive you for doing this and this and this, or saying this and this and this. And that kind of releases the hold they have in you. All of these people are living in your head rent free, okay, because you have not forgiven them. I mean, the funny thing is, this laptop that I'm using right now, I can't, it's full of, I don't know what, like I have, it says I've used 106 gigabytes and I have 11 free. I don't know what the hell is using 106 gigabytes. And I'm like going through everything, trying to figure out what can I delete, what can I get rid of, and it's the same thing. Okay, you need to go into your head and figure out, what can I get rid of, what can I delete, to make room for new things. Just like I'm trying to make room on this laptop for new videos, or actually to be able to record and edit new videos. So, and the same thing goes, everyone forgives me. You can say, I pray, or I wish that anyone I have done wrong forgives me for what I have done. Because it's just like in the Bible, when Jesus was on the cross and he looked up at God and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Same thing. A lot of people do bad things for us because they don't know any better, or bad things to us because they don't know any better. And so we have to forgive them and say, I forgive you because you know not what you do. But, it's for you. It's for you. You're saying, hey, you did this horrible thing to me, but you didn't know what you're doing. And so I forgive you for that. I'm releasing your hold over me. Just like I hope that if I have done you wrong, you forgive me. That way you can release yourself from the hold I have over you. And I can move out of your brain, I call on the law of forgiveness. I am free from mistakes. This makes me think about a story I heard about. I think it was Jeffrey Dahmer. I want to say it was Jeffrey Dahmer. Who's the other one? Serial killer. Jeffrey Dahmer, and there was another one. They were in prison, and they spent most of their life just murdering people, and so they right before, I think, the day of their execution, right? The day of their execution, they were saved, okay, and absolved of all sin. And when I heard that, I was just floored, right? Like, floored. And I'm like, so you can just be a serial killer or a serial, whatever, and just accept Christ into your heart and you're automatically forgiven for all of your sins. That's ridiculous. And that was something that really turned me against religion. I was like, no, no. And what about all the good people out there who are supposedly going to hell because we just don't believe in God or Christ or whatever? It just didn't make any sense to me. But again, it goes back to forgiving. Because if someone wrongs you and you say, I forgive you, you are releasing yourself, because the mistake you're making by holding on to it is they have this hold over you. And when you call on the law of forgiveness, not only do you forgive, but they're going to turn around and forgive. And therefore you are free of mistakes. You are free of the hold that they have over you. You are free from that dark cloud hanging over you because you chose not to forgive. So the next part is words without wisdom. And it says, never argue with a hunch. And so whether you call it a hunch, your intuition, the little voice, God, whatever, your intuition is, or your sixth sense is the universe speaking to you. And that's the universe kind of like guiding you through the minefield. If you meet someone and they ask you out and your intuition's like, no, don't go out with them, and you don't listen to your intuition, probably something bad's going to happen, right? So sometimes your ego will fight against your intuition. Your intuition will be like, no, don't do that. And your ego is like, yeah, you can do that. It's okay. But the ego doesn't have your best interests at heart. It doesn't have your best life at heart. Your intuition does. Your intuition is the universe speaking to you and trying to guide you through that minefield. So never argue with your intuition. If your intuition, even if your ego says, no, this is a mistake, you're going to regret it, do it anyway. If your intuition says to do it, do it. It says it for a reason. Your intuition speaks to you for a reason. It is dark before the dawn, but the dawn never fails. So this is interesting because when we go to bed at night, what do we expect to happen in the morning? The sun is going to rise. Do we know that for sure, 100%? Not really, because even with science, the sun could just implode or explode and decide not to come up. And nobody guessed that it was going to happen. But we take it for granted that the dawn will be there the next morning. And when they say it is dark before the dawn, but the dawn never fails, it's talking about looking at the dawn, looking at the silver lining, looking at your best life that you are rightfully entitled to. Even when times are darkest, know that the dawn is coming. Your greatest good is coming, because it has a lot to do with spiritual awakening And I will talk about that in my next video because I want to go over some things that happened last night to me, and it has to do with the tower. And so I will discuss that then. But yeah, they always say things will be worse before they get better. Yeah. It's darkest before the dawn. Yeah. Because before something gets better, it has to get worse before it gets better. So just like you expect the sun to come up in the morning, expect your greatest good to be coming to you because it is expected. Never do today what intuition says to do tomorrow. Again, it's about listening to your intuition. If you're like, oh, I think I am going to go shopping today, and the universe is like, no, you know what? You better wait till tomorrow. It's telling you that for a reason. Why is it telling you to go tomorrow? Maybe there's going to be a robbery at the store. Maybe there's going to be a huge accident in the place where you're driving. And if you go, you could be involved in that accident. Maybe, I don't know, anything could happen. Your intuition talks to you for a reason. Okay, it talks to you for a reason. And sometimes it's hard to listen to your intuition because your conscious mind, your ego is like, that doesn't make any sense. Why can't I just go now? Well, you have to like tear down that wall and say, well, it's just how it is. So, so that's basically part 4 of And the End of Your Word Is Your Wand by Florence Scovel. The next book I'm going to do of hers is The Game of Life and How to Play It. Now, I decided, I've been doing all of these tarot readings, or like on YouTube, I've been using kind of YouTube as my conduit for messages from the universe. Basically, after I'm done watching a video, I go home to the home screen, my home screen on YouTube, and I always see a bunch of different tarot readings and messages, and then I click on the one that resonates me most, and boom, it is right on target. Okay? And I decided that I kind of want to start doing that myself because I find that when I'm listening to them, like I start picking up things too. And I'm like, oh, well, it can mean this too, or it can mean that. So I don't have tarot cards or oracle cards yet. Yeah. I always say yet. So I found these. These are playing cards. There's 3 decks. There's this one, which is like, has different cocktails. There's this one, which is a Coca-Cola playing card deck, and this one, which is kind of neat. It's golden $100 bills. I wish I had this in real $100 bills, right? So what I want to start doing is pick a pile readings. Now, with Cartomancy, this is called Cartomancy, and this was started like way back in the 1300s. And the difference between Cartomancy and tarot is that tarot obviously has more cards. I believe it's 78 cards, 52 cards. Tarot cards are have more magic to them. They're more for psychic or intuitive readings. Cartomancy is good for more direct guidance. I have like all the information up there from it, so I can do my readings and stuff. Cheating. I have a cheat sheet. So, obviously each suit has a different meaning. Each number has a different meaning. I would like to do pick a pile readings. What I'm going to do is actually on the 14th of this month is the new moon, I believe, is a new moon. So that day, after moonrise, I'm going to do a collective reading not pick a pile, just a collective reading. And then on the 28th is a full moon. I'm going to do another collective reading. And actually, I'm considering on Halloween doing another collective reading. I think on Halloween I might do a collective and a pick-up pile. I think I'm going to start off doing pick-up pile once a week, maybe every Wednesday. I think, or you know what? Actually, every Saturday, because Saturdays are my lucky days, right? So I'm going to do a pick 3 every Saturday. And one thing, like a lot, like these cards came from my daughter's uncle. And then when we got them, my daughter, you know, she's 8. She likes to play with new things that come in the house. So she was playing 52 pickup with all 3 decks, right? So there are missing cards. They're flying around the apartment somewhere. Every time I find one, I try to put it back in the deck. But in the meantime, like this deck, which is, see how I drew it? Like, let me see if I can find it. Like, here's like a regular card. I had to make cards to fill in for the cards that are missing. And yes, don't judge my drawing skills. But yeah, I had to do that for all 3 decks, create cards. Now, the thing about cards like this, whether it's tarot cards, whether it's playing cards, whether it's a Ouija board, whether it's a pendulum, whether it's divination rods, these are all tools, divination tools. It doesn't matter if they are homemade, made in a factory, made, you buy it from, you know, someone who makes custom cards. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you put into them. What I did with these cards, because these cards came from my daughter's uncle's house, and that house is highly, highly toxic, highly, highly negative. What I did is I actually, you remember that method I did, the jar with the sliced lemons and the salt? I did that last night. It is sitting over by my bed with my crystals. I am going to dump it at 11:11 a.m. because 11:11 stands for new beginnings. So I want to dump it actually at 11:10 a.m. I'm going to dump it because then at 11:11 stands for new beginnings. My new day can start at 11:11. And then once that happens, my space will be negativity free until next Saturday night, to where I do this again and collect. It's like vacuuming your room once a week, basically. That's what it is. But what I did with these cards is once I got them, I took the water from that jar, and every single card I wiped it with the water. What I did was once I put that jar together with the water, salt, and lemons, I spoke positive intentions. I set forth intentions of positivity, prosperity, good health, abundance, and I spoke that into the water. And I took the water from there and I cleaned every single card, including the cases that they're in. That way, when I do my readings, they're clear, they're clean. Because, you know, and also my desk here is a horror show. It's so cluttered. I have to get rid of the clutter. My daughter uses this as her little art space. So I have a table over there. I'm going to put her art stuff over there so I can use this table for my readings. So I am going to do my first, I'm going to do a reading probably maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, just as a jumping off point. Then I will do a reading on Saturday and every Saturday after that. Unless you guys want more than once a week, then I can do it like twice a week, like Wednesdays and Saturdays or something, or I don't know. But anyway, that was the video for today. I hope you guys have a really fantastic Sunday. Sunday is always a blessed day. So go out there, spread love, joy, prosperity, abundance, happiness, and gratitude, of course. I love you guys. Remember to like and subscribe. I have all of my information down in the description, as well as links to the previous 3 videos. And I will see you on my next video.